including hair samples found in his car that matched multiple victims. In March 1976, Bundy was convicted of kidnapping Carol Duranch, the young woman who had escaped from his car after fighting him off in a desperate struggle. She later identified him in court, and it was her testimony that helped cement his connection to more than a dozen unsolved cases. While awaiting trial for murder in Colorado, Bundy pulled off the unthinkable. He escaped from jail. In June 1977, during a pre-trial hearing in Aspen, he asked to visit the law library to research his case. Left alone, Bundy jumped from a second-story courthouse window and fled into the nearby mountains. He was free for 6 days, surviving on stolen food and evading an intense manhunt before being recaptured. But that was only the beginning. 6 months later, in December 1977, Bundy escaped again, this time through a hole in the ceiling of his jail cell. He had starved himself to fit through the narrow space, climbed into the ceiling crawl space, and exited through a guard's closet. While police believed he was still inside the jail, Bundy had already vanished into the night. He fled across the country, eventually landing in Tallahassee, Florida, under the alias Chris Hagen. He rented a room near Florida State University, and though he tried to keep a low profile, his appetite for violence quickly returned. On the night of January 15, 1978, Bundy entered the Chi Omega sorority house through a rear door. Within 15 minutes, he bludgeoned and strangled 2 women to death: Lisa Levy and Margaret Beaumenand, brutally assaulted 2 others, leaving them near death. He then slipped out and attacked another woman just blocks away. 3 weeks later, he abducted and murdered 12-year-old Kimberly Leach, a middle school student in Lake City, Florida. Her body was found nearly 2 months later in a pig shed. It was the most shocking of all his crimes and proof that Bundy's violence had no limits. On February 15, 1978, Bundy was finally stopped for good. A Pensacola police officer pulled him over for driving a stolen car. This time, he resisted arrest. During the scuffle, he kicked and scratched the officer, screaming, "Kill me, kill me." But it was too late. His time had run out. When brought into custody, Bundy refused to give his real name, but fingerprints confirmed his identity. The man who had once escaped justice twice was now facing charges that no clever words or courtroom theatrics could undo. Ted Bundy was back in custody. But what the world would soon witness: his trials, his manipulation, and his final days would keep the country captivated and horrified. Ted Bundy may have been in handcuffs, but he was still in control, or so he believed. After years of running, killing, escaping, and deceiving, he now faced